Ah, hell. I'm in the wrong game again.
Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drake Queen Game and something on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at some Let's Play episode of Tennis Ace, June's Path. So let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, we're up and let's go. Running the latest new June update. I don't blame you for that. I wasn't sure if he told you any of that, so I was doing my best to keep my mouth shut. At least until he gave me the all clear. Dumbass little twerp. The least he could have done is let me know he had to talk with you, so I could stop worrying that I'm going to say something I shouldn't every time I talk to you. I don't even know how to begin unpacking that. That Shoichi knew about June's condition was already surprising enough for me, but this? I don't even know how to deal with this. Why didn't you tell me? What? About my feelings? Yeah. Sure. Hey, Shoichi, guess what? I know we're both guys, but truth be told, I'm madly in love with you, and I have been for years. But we'll walk into the sunset together and you become my lover. I'm sure that conversation would have gone supremely well. You could have left out the part about the sunset. Not the point. Obviously, I didn't want to risk our friendship by letting you know I was in love with you, dumbass. Especially when I had no indication that you were even interested in men. You can imagine that, yeah. I don't think I would have taken that well. Hell, I'm not taking it well now. Granted, the shock has somewhat passed. I'm mostly just speechless from the enormity of this revelation. How did I never realize this? I don't know. Jun-kun did. So did Saya-chan. Even Keisuke had his suspicions. They what? I'm not exactly known for being a good liar, you know. You know that. But, congratulations? I mean, I guess that's what you're supposed to say when your friend starts dating. I'm not very good at this, for reasons that should be pretty obvious to you now. Thanks? Just do us all a favor. Don't do to Jun-kun what you did to your girlfriends. I won't! Good, because he's been hurt enough during his life. He doesn't need more of it. Wow, I didn't even know how to process all this, but a small part of me is kind of happy to hear Yuichi say that. You tell me that you have feelings for me, but you're still telling me to make someone else happy? Yeah, Jun-kun is my friend. I want him to be happy. Besides, like I said, I'm moving on, like an adult. Also, you mentioned that Keisuke and I are closer now. Part of that is because the yelling at Jun-kun was, pretty public. He heard all of it, and instead of lecturing me or yelling at me for taking my frustrations out on June, he pulled me aside and tried to make sure I was okay. Saya-chan had always been my support person over the last few years. She knew about my feelings for you, and she comforted me when I was upset or struggling with it. But even she didn't immediately jump to look out for me. She stuck with Jun-kun to make sure that he was okay. And, yeah, sure. I was the one in the wrong in that situation. I deserved to be ignored while people focused on making sure I didn't hurt June and that he was doing okay, but Keisuke still focused on taking care of me first. It's not easy to have sympathy for the person that's in the wrong, but he still did. Kinda hard to not bond after that, don't you think? Yeah, that's fair. I can totally see how that would be a bonding experience. Good one, Keikun. I guess you and Saya were putting out fires everywhere while I was away. I really need to thank the both of them later. After that, we just kept talking. Keisuke is a pretty good listener, turns out. I mean, yeah, you would have known that if you two weren't constantly bickering. Give me a break. There was something about the guy that rubbed me the wrong way before now. You always said that you two were good friends despite the bickering. Okay, there was something about my friend that rubbed me the wrong way before now. How so? I don't know. I just felt a constant desire to beat him and prove him wrong whenever he opened his mouth. It's doomed. Any potential friendship between these two is doomed. I don't feel that way anymore. Please stop glaring at me. Uh-huh. Does it help if I say that we both found it fun being in each other's throats? That depends. Is that actually true? Yes, we both laughed a few times about how funny it was to fight and call each other names. What is wrong with you two? What factory did the two of you come from, and how did quality control let you through when you're both clearly defective? There's gotta be a screw loose somewhere. I can't. Hey, don't knock it till you try it. Playful banter and insults can be fun. Sure, you're only forgetting the fact that your banter until now was missing the playful part. Nah, it was plenty playful enough. Keisuke and I talked about it a few times these past few weeks, and we're both in agreement on it. I swear to God, I'm gonna grab both your heads and knock them together kindergarten style until you both find the good sense that the Lord gave you. I don't even know where to start. There's so much wrong with everything you've said so far. You're just jealous. What could I possibly be jealous about? That I might start spending less time with you in the future? Get over yourself. Oh, ouch. That hurts so much. I don't know how I'll be able to go on. I sigh, covering my face with both hands and rubbing the bridge of my nose, all in one single exaggerated motion. It's enough to make Shoichi snort, covering his mouth with a hand in an attempt to stifle the sound. I guess I'll just have to learn to live with the fact that my best friend won't be around anymore. I knew there would come a day when we would have to go our separate ways. Damn straight. This whole conversation is so ridiculous that even these silly, weird jokes make us both burst into laughter. I don't even know why we're laughing, but for some reason Shuichi and I can't seem to stop. We both laugh until my chest starts to hurt and I'm struggling to catch my breath. It somehow feels like relief. Man, you really are an idiot. Excuse you, but out of the two of us, which one is the bigger idiot? You are about 10 centimeters taller than me. That's not what I meant by bigger, you dumbass. Well, I hope you didn't mean the other kind of bigger then, because I really don't feel like checking. No, of course not. Stop being a weirdo. Once we both caught our breath and laughter finally begins to die down, I'd look down at my knee. I don't know why, but I keep staring at it in silence for a while. Lots of things go through my mind all at once, and I don't know on which of these thoughts to land. Second, yo. Water time. Alright, let's jump back into it, yo. Okay. After what felt like a long time, I finally make up my mind about what to say. Things sure have been changing a lot for this past month, huh? Yeah. I appreciate you telling me, though. I hope we'll still be able to stay close friends. I don't know if it'll be weird or awkward for you to be around me now, considering... Nah, don't be stupid. You're not getting rid of me that easily. I mean, sure, I'll probably keep some distance, but that's only because I don't think we need to be together all the damn time to be close friends. I'm really happy for you. I really am happy for you and Jun-kun. And I'll make sure to call him and congratulate him once I get home. That's pretty nice of you. Would you look at that? It's almost like I'm a very nice person. You threw my boyfriend against a wall. How nice can you really be? There were extenuating circumstances. Sure. Shoichi shakes his head, flashing me a bittersweet smile before getting up from the couch, looking down at me. Well, I probably shouldn't stick around for too long. Dad might say something if I take too long getting home, and I should probably leave you to relax and rest. Yeah. I'm glad we talked, though. It feels good to clear the air. I've held on to all this for years. It's nice to finally not have to keep secrets anymore. Yeah. I'll see you tomorrow, Yuichi. You don't need to worry about seeing me out. I know where you guys keep the emergency key. I'll look when I leave. I'll lock up when I leave and put it back in there. Thanks. See you tomorrow, too. Bye-bye. I stay on my seat, merely following Shuichi with my eyes as he walks out. The moment I hear the door closing and locking behind him, I let out a sigh, leaning back fully on the couch and letting my back slide down a little. So, Shuichi had feelings for me all this time, huh? I can't believe I never saw that coming. I guess I really am a lot denser than I thought I was. I wonder how much different things would have been if he told me about it. But then again, I don't think I'd have been able to handle it. For good or bad, it took a lot of things happening to me over the past few months to get me to a place where I could finally accept June's confession. Without all those experiences, I don't know if I'd be here. I looked down at my knee once again, gingerly placing a hand on it and rubbing my brace over the fabric of my pants. It stings a little, but even the pain feels a little reassuring now, a little refreshing now. I can feel it. That alone is reason enough for me to celebrate right now. I think I am starting to sound like a self-help book, because it sure feels like it. Sometime later. Before doing anything else, I decided that taking some time to sit down and let my conversation with Shuichi fully sink in is my #1 priority at the moment. After a couple minutes sitting around the living room, I decided to head upstairs and quickly knock on Mom's bedroom door to let her know I was home. Just as I imagined, she had locked herself in her room, put on earbuds, and started working while no one else was home. This habit's a lot harder to break than it might seem. Once that was taken care of, I took a bath, taking advantage of the fact that Aki isn't home at the moment and wouldn't be around to nag me about bathing together. While it's nice to bond with my little brother once again, certain things really should remain private. Which brings me to this moment. Am I really doing this? I was thinking about whether or not I should call June and let him know about my conversation with Shuichi. Amusingly enough, by the time I come out of the shower, I realized my phone had been dead for the last few hours. I juiced it up quickly and turned it on to see a single message from June. You told Shuichi-san? Resisting the urge to laugh was probably the hardest thing I've done all day today. Screw it, he's my boyfriend. I should be able to talk to him about it. Besides, Shuichi said so himself. They'd talked about June's relationship with me a few times behind my back. How big of a deal can it really be for me to have told Shuichi that June and I have gone official? I can't believe you! Apparently a big deal. I hear the telltale sound of the call collecting, which is immediately interrupted by June quiet yelling at me from the other end. Hi to you too? You could have at least given me a heads up. Do you have any idea how surprised I was when Shoichi-san called me to ask about it? I can kind of imagine, yeah. Although in my defense, probably not more surprised than I was to find out that my childhood best friend was in love with me. So, shit happens. Sorry, it slipped out. I promise it wasn't on purpose. It's fine. I was planning on telling Shuichi-san soon anyway. You were? Yeah, the only difference is that I planned on asking for your permission first. You're really not gonna let this go, are you? We'll see. Uh-oh. I can almost hear the mischievous grin on June's face right now. I might be in danger. Anyway, what about the part where you had feelings for me? Did he mention that he told me that? Oh, yeah, he did. And that doesn't surprise you in the slightest? It's pretty obvious. I'd known he had a thing for you for a while. And you kept trying to win me over regardless? Well, all's fair in love and war. You're a lot more sly than you look, aren't you? It's not like I wanted to hurt Shuichi-san. I just, cared more about getting together with you. It's okay. I get it. You do? Of course. You don't need to worry. I won't hold the fact that you intentionally kept doing something that you knew would hurt my best friend against you. I'm scared now. Good. I have to keep you on your toes. You're evil. Look who's talking. At least now I know I wasn't crazy for thinking that you and Shuichi seemed a lot closer. Yeah, I guess good things can come out of some of the weirdest situations. I suppose. If I'm being honest, I'm surprised you weren't a bit more worried that Shuichi told me about his feelings. Huh? Why would I be worried? I don't know. You might have thought that he was trying to confess and then steal me from you or something. Which is not at all what happened. He only told me because... Psh, relax. I know Shuichi-san wouldn't do that. He's a good guy. Wow. No hesitation whatsoever? I can't tell if he's confident or naive. And you're completely okay with this? I mean, I have to admit that I was a bit freaked out when Shuichi first told me. I do feel a bit bad for Shuichi-san, but I think it's been good for him on some level. He seemed a lot less stressed lately. I think moving on is good for him. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon or YouTube memberships if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!